So ligand approaching the d orbital, so it will be experiencing different amount of repulsion. Why it is experiencing different amount? This will be experiencing different amount and this will be experiencing different amount of repulsion. So why it experiences different amount of repulsion, we shall see. So d orbitals, already we have studied the shapes of d orbitals in our earlier class. So once again, now we'll see that one now. This is the dxy dyz. Dzx. This is dx square minus y square. This is dz square. So we have 5d orbitals here. Observe. So dxy, dyz and dzx. These three orbitals you observe. So in these the orbitals are in between the axes. This one and this one, that is dxy, dyz and dzx. So you can observe they are in between. This is the axis, this is x-axis and this is z-axis. The lobes are present in between the axis. Here also the lobes are in between the axis. So we can write lobes are in between the axis. Lobes are present in between the axis. In between the axis. What about dx square minus y square and dz square? Dx square minus y square, it is along the axis. They are passing, the lobes are present along the axis. So these are nothing but the orbitals or lobes are along the axis. Lobes are along the axis. This is what the difference in d orbitals. We have 5 d orbitals: dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square and dz square. So these three orbitals the lobes will lie, or the orbitals will lie. So in between the axis, this is dxy, dyz and dzx. This will be lying in between the axis, and here you can observe the orbitals will be lying along the axis. So when a ligand approaches this orbital, so the lobes of the ligand, if the lobes of the orbitals will be very nearer to one another, or the lobes of the ligand and the lobes of the d orbital if they are in the similar direction, if they are in the same direction, then they'll be experiencing more repulsion than the other set. So here it is not like what a ligand also, either ligand also should be along the axis or ligand also should be in between the axis. Here it is not the case. What we are telling is the orbitals of the ligand, if it is the direction of orbital of ligand, if it is similar to the direction or similar to the orientation of the orbitals of the ligand, the orientation is similar to the orbitals in these orbitals, then these will be experiencing more repulsion than this one. So if it is experiencing more repulsion, then energy of these orbitals will be more when compared to this one. So understand properly. So more the repulsion, more energy. So earlier also I have written a diagram. So that is if at all, if it is like this, if the d orbitals, 5 d orbitals are there, so I will mention in this way. So 5 d orbitals are there. So ligand is coming near to it. Ligand is coming near to it. When ligand comes near to it, we have negative charge or we have lone pair there. So because of the electrons of the ligand and the electrons of the orbital, what happens? So there will be an repulsion. There will be repulsion between them. When it is approaching, there will be repulsion between them. So because of this repulsion, what happens? Energy is going to increase. Energy increases. But energy of all the orbital increases in the same manner. Energy of all the orbitals will increase in the same manner. It will increase in the same manner. Now what happens? Now the ligand is coming very closer. The ligand is coming very closer to the metal. The orbitals of the ligand and the orbitals of the metal is. So these are d orbitals. Orbitals of ligand and d orbitals of the metal are start interacting with one another. At that time, if the orbitals of the ligand and the orbitals of the metal, if they are coming in the same orientation, if they are coming, either it may be in between the axis or it may be in the same axis also. So along the axis also or in between the axis also, however it is. But the orbitals of the ligand and the orbitals of the metal, if they are in the same orientation, then those orbitals will experience more amount of repulsion. So at that time what happens? So these 3 orbitals we have. So these 3 orbitals, if at all, if it is experiencing more repulsion, then these 3 orbitals will be with more energy than the 2 orbitals, than these 2 orbitals. I hope it is clear. So if ligand approaching the metal, so if the orbitals, if these orbitals will experience, if the orientation in the ligand and the orientation of these orbitals are same, then these will be. So these will be experiencing more repulsion. At that time, the energy of those orbitals will be more when compared to the energy of the other set. So this is what called the splitting of orbitals. This is called as splitting of orbitals. So 5 d orbitals. These are the 5 d orbitals. Those 5 d orbitals will get splits up. And why it is splitting? It is splitting due to the due to the repulsions experienced by the orbitals of the ligand with the orbitals of metal. If it experiences more repulsion, more energy, less repulsion, less energy. So we can say the splitting of 5 degenerate orbital of a metal ion into 2 sets of orbitals having different energy in the presence of an electrical field. Electrical field of ligand. That is electrical field in the sense the orbitals will be with electrons. So the electrons will be showing the repulsion. So that's why it is mentioned as electrical field of a ligand. So we shall write that statement. The splitting of the splitting of 5d orbital, 5 degenerate d orbitals of metal ion into two sets having energies having different energies in the presence of electric field of ligand. So electric field of ligand is called crystal field splitting. So what is crystal field splitting? So it is the splitting of 5d orbitals of metal ion into two sets having different energy. So one set is with higher energy, another set is with the lower energy in the presence of a ligand, that is electric field of the ligand, and that splitting is called as a crystal field splitting. So the extent to which energies of these two sets of orbitals are split is called as crystal field splitting energy. That is nothing but the difference between the energy difference between this set and the energy difference between this set is nothing but it is called as crystal field stabilization energy or crystal field splitting energy. So we can write the energy difference between them is called as a crystal field stabilization. Crystal field stabilization energy or crystal field splitting energy. Stabilization energy or splitting energy. It is mentioned as a CFSE, stabilization energy or splitting energy, and it has been denoted by delta. It has been denoted by delta. And one more thing is we need to measure this one. So to measure that energy we need a parameter, and that parameter is being indicated as a dq. It is being indicated as a dq. So delta is equals to, it is an arbitrarily taken thing. It is just for our calculation and to get some idea how much it might be. So for that reason we have taken. So the difference in energy, that is the extent to which the energies of these two sets of orbitals are split, the extent of energy we are calculating, and that extent of energy is called as crystal field stabilization energy, and it is denoted by delta. So it is being measured by using a parameter called dq, and that arbitrarily some value we have assigned for it, and that delta is equals to 10 dq. And a few more important things, that is we have splitted the d orbital into two sets. We have splitted the d orbitals into two sets, that is dxy, dyz, and dzx. These are called as T2G set or T2G orbitals. We can also call them as T2G set or T2G orbitals. and one more we have, that is dx square minus y square and dz square. They are called as the EG set or EG orbitals. So you should remember, it is very, very important. So d orbitals, when ligand come closer, the orbitals of the ligand, if it is coming along the axis, these are nothing but they are in between the axis. These orbitals, where in this orbitals, the orbitals or the lobes will be in between the axis. Here the lobes of the orbitals will be along the axis. If the ligand approaches the metal or if it approaches the orbitals, then the orientation of orbital in ligand, if it is similar to the orientation of orbital in d orbital or in metal, so at that time those orbitals will experience more repulsion. So due to which the energy is raised. And if at all there in d orbital, these are of two types. One is dxy, dyz and dzx. These are where the lobes will be present in between the axis, and in these orbitals where the lobes will be present along the axis. So whichever, either it may be these orbitals will experience more repulsion or it may experience more repulsion. It is based upon the orientation of the orbitals in the ligand. So this entire splitting is dependent on the ligand. If ligand, pattern of splitting is dependent on the ligand. So if at all, if it is similar to this one, then these will be experiencing more repulsion. At that time, it is going to raise up with the energy. And this will be experiencing less repulsion, so it will be at this point. So if at all, if the ligand orientation and these orbital orientation, if at all, if it is similar, then these orbital will be experiencing more repulsion and it will be raised up with the energy. And this will be experiencing less energy. So it is, the splitting is completely based on ligand, and ligand alone is responsible for this splitting. So that's what it says, if at all, if a ligand is a strong field ligand, if ligand is a strong field ligand, then splitting will be more. That is, it is what I mean, that this is the distinguished now, I mean distinguishing things now. So if the ligand is a strong field ligand, then the splitting will be more. That is, crystal field stabilization energy will be more. What it indicates is these orbitals will lie far from one another. That indicates the orbitals will be experiencing more repulsion. So if ligand is a strong field ligand, then it will cause, it causes large splitting. It causes large splitting, and weak field ligand, if it is, then a small amount of, or a small amount of splitting it will be. The degree of splitting will be smaller. So we'll write in that way, degree of splitting so the splitting of d orbitals. So the splitting of d orbitals is completely based upon ligand. If ligand is a strong field ligand, then it is a larger splitting. If it is a weak field ligand, then the splitting will be smaller. So this is what the distinguishing thing between the strong field ligand and weak field ligand. So if the splitting is larger, they'll be far from one another. These orbitals will be far from one another. If at all, if it is smaller, then they'll be very closer to one another. So the orbitals will come closer to one another. Splitting energy will be less. Crystal field stabilization energy will be very, very less. So this is this ligands have been, that is strong field ligand and weak field ligand is been arranged. So that is nothing but the arrangement of the ligands in an increasing order of crystal field stabilization energy. So that is nothing but from the weak field ligand to the strong field ligand, an arrangement is there, and that arrangement is called as spectrochemical series. So we shall see that part in our next class.